Hey everyone, Scott here, as you can tell, and I am in my workspace, my workshop, if you will. And what I wanted to do today with this video, probably take about 10 minutes or so, and I wanted to talk a little bit more about Boardroom. I've been talking about this over the last couple of weeks prior to the start of the new year, and now rolling this out. Just saw an email from me yesterday where I will be sending out meeting invites for our Boardroom meetings over the course of 2017. And so what I thought would be useful to do is just to continue to dive into some of the details as to what is Boardroom and why is it important and what are we going to be doing here. So hopefully all of you have watched the presentation I put together about a week or two ago that outlined all the reasons why I established Boardroom. In summary, the short of it is that as I've worked with clients just like you over the last year and a half, one of the biggest requests that I receive from people is aside from the tactical help that you get every day via Basecamp or email or on the weekly calls that we do, aside from the one-on-one help that you're getting there to help you with sales opportunities or to help you get stuck whenever you're stuck on a certain sales project or a certain initiative, the bigger request that I'm receiving is a lot more help around project planning and project execution. And so that's what Boardroom is all about for us. So as a group, meeting every month at the beginning of the month and then during the midway point of the month as a project update will help us to, one, define projects for you as a focus area for your business, especially on the sales side throughout the course of the month. And then the second meeting is to help you figure out where you might be getting stuck on those projects. And so specifically the idea of doing the projects and the methodology behind Boardroom, a lot of it is going to come back to a framework that many of you are probably somewhat familiar with, and it's an offshoot of Scrum. So Scrum as a product development engineering methodology is one that I am taking and kind of adapting into the sales project realm. And so the primary outcome for our Boardroom meetings will be at the beginning of each month for whatever one project that you've decided to work on for that given month as a team, as an outcome, to make sure that you've got that project really well defined, that you've got all of the tasks identified to execute on that project. And if you have a team, if it's more than just you, are you assigning and delegating those tasks out to get done over a specific time period, or what Scrum calls a time box. And so within that given month, then you would be responsible, of course, as a team to execute on performing those tasks. And so I thought it'd be a good opportunity here to show you how I have set up my own personal daily sprints where I set aside 30 and 50-minute time periods to then work on a specific outcome or a specific project on which I'm working. So for me, just to kind of give you some backstage look at what I do, obviously this month, one of my big projects is rolling out Boardroom, right? Big project, big outcome. We've got our big meeting, our first meeting on January the 16th. And of course, I want to make sure that that is going to go really, really well. And so as a means to make sure that that rollout goes well, all the work leading up to it, and then of course, the meeting that we're going to have, and then the outcomes after, the next steps after that meeting, I've got a series of tasks that I've built for myself that are going to be required to be done in order for Boardroom to run effectively. And so just now, 10 minutes ago, I finished a 50-minute sprint focusing my effort on that rollout for the preparation for that first meeting. And so just to kind of show you, let me flip my screen around here. So I like to work on these big pieces of butcher paper. So it's just a big roll of paper. And so over the last 50 minutes, with a focused effort on this work sprint, what I've been able to do for myself is outline the entire first Boardroom meeting, all of the information that we're going to be covering, all of the key principles behind Boardroom and setting up project planning and project sprints for yourself, all the stuff you need to prepare. What is Boardroom? What is not Boardroom? We're actually going to work together on an example project together to kind of show you how we'll be using this time together at the beginning of each month to pick that one project. In this case, the example that we're going to use is up at the top. And then these are all the different tasks that we would need to then plan to execute on and complete throughout the course of that month. And then here's the agenda for the meeting. And then here's all the information that's going to go into the monthly invite, the meeting invite for everybody that is part of the of Boardroom, as part of the Startup Selling Coaching Program. So let me flip the screen back around. So that is just the outcome of 50 focused minutes of time. And so what we want to be doing in our boardroom meetings is, after this introductory meeting that we're going to be doing on January 16th, is that every month what we want to do is block out that monthly time to set up your projects and do a work sprint together. So that's the primary outcome that we want to have with Boardroom, making sure that you're clear on your project, you're clear on the tasks that need to be done in order to execute on that project, and those tasks are allocated out to the right people, and that you have a time associated by when you can start and finish those tasks, so that at the end of each month, you've completed a new sales project. So some of the sales projects I know some of you are working on right now, I made a big list here in front of me. So for example, some of you are requalifying your sales pipeline. So there's a whole series of tasks that go into that work that takes 2 to 3 to maybe 4 weeks to totally go through and requalify your current sales pipeline that's carrying over from last year. That's an example of a project that you might choose to work on in a given month. Another project is building a prospecting list. So if you're entering a new market, entering a new vertical, entering a new country for some of you, building a prospecting list is a kind of a big project for you that's going to take a couple of weeks to execute on. And so we want to break those down into tasks and then make sure that we're scheduling little work sprints throughout the course of the month, just like the 50-minute sprint that I just finished, so that you can be sure that those tasks are getting done. Some other projects that I know some folks are working on are building up an implementation plan that you can use as part of your sales presentation. Some folks are working on a pilot program. Some other people are working on pipeline pull-through strategies, so deals that you've got in your pipeline that are the folks that said, hey, call me next year. Well, now you got to work on those deals, right? That's going to take a few weeks to kind of work through all of those sales opportunities. Some of you on the marketing side are working on trade shows. You might be going to a big trade show in the next 6 to 8 weeks, so there's a lot of prep, a lot of tasks that need to get executed on over the course of the next few weeks in order to make sure that that trade show goes really well. Email campaigns, webinars, customer interviews, hiring. So these are all examples of projects that some of you are each working on right now. And so the purpose of Boardroom is to make sure that we're really clear on what is the one priority project for any given month for you and your team, that we break that project down into tasks, and that thirdly, we're assigning and blocking out the time to work in short sprints, 30 and 50-minute sprint sessions, so that you can and your team can execute on those tasks. So we'll be going through a lot more of this in the introductory meeting on January the 16th. Just thought it would be a good time to kind of share with you a little bit more about what we'll be doing in Boardroom, what it's about, and why it's important. So I'll be sharing a lot more via email in the next couple weeks, and look forward to seeing you on the 16th. See ya.